Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the eISL powered by Coca-Cola, with Norman Gaming as your esports partner, PlayStation as your platform partner, Hero as our associate partner and a sponsor, and of course, Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. Now, my name is TA, and joining me on the desk as usual is the one and only Azim. So, how are you doing today, Azim?
Very good. Been a nice weekend, but of course back to the eISL action. Lots of stuff happening in the Hero ISL. Jamshedpur FC managing to take that shield over there in a very exciting last game with 80k MB. But of course, this is the eISL. Let's quickly take you through the tournament format. We got a very big day coming up ahead, and this is just about rounding out the group stages now. And as you can see, of course, this is just the end times of the league stage now, with of course 3 games per match, 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. The top 4 teams will make it to the finals, and we still don't know which those top 4 teams will be just yet. It's still to be decided, and of course those top 2 team members battle it out to represent India at FGS 2022.
Exactly, FGS spot on the line right here. But along with that, a massive prize pool to boot. Lots of money to motivate these players, but as well as a personalized NFT for the MVP of the tournament does mean that for these players, they have, of course, the idea of that FGS, that prestigious spot on the line, but also a huge incentive to perform individually, get that MVP prize in terms of the money and NFT.
Yeah, and of course, we do have a list of the top goal scorers right now, which is the MVP stakes. Looking pretty good for Ankit Gupta, sitting on 45 goals, very confident, very calm, sitting over there. His teammate is in 4th place. Sagnik is going to be interesting if Bengaluru FC can make it through to the finals. We will find out today or know if they're taking a step in the right direction. Imad, of course, will not be making it through to the finals. Northeast United FC have been knocked out, but let's focus on the game for today. Let's have a look at what we have in action, but of course we'll give you the context of what's at stake with the leaderboard right now. It is Chennaiyin FC going up against Odisha FC. Odisha still playing for the right to potentially go up to as high as even 7th place if the results all go their way. But it is Chennaiyin FC up against Odisha FC. Chennaiyin still not mathematically guaranteed to get that top 4 spot. They need 1 point from this game to do it, or from the last 2 games to do it. And of course, it does then rely on Bengaluru FC winning all of the matches, and they are also in action today. So all the top 4 contenders actually in action today. Let's take a look at the lineup for today's matches.
Yeah, like you said, all the top 4 contenders playing it out. But starting us off is going to be one of them, of course, in a key slot to almost definitely secure it, unless Shubham, Tam and Bugal are able to cause some upsets right here and take down Chennaiyin FC. And I think we've seen that from all of these teams that have maybe lost the ability to qualify for top 4. They've put themselves now into a position where they're feeling very comfortable. They're playing their natural game and inherently are becoming much bigger of a threat than they necessarily were throughout the initial league stages.
Yeah, definitely. And if we look at the head-to-head, obviously Chennaiyin FC, vastly the superior team across the tournament. Lot more goals scored, of course, a lot more matches won. But let's have a look at what happened the last time these 2 teams met. I do believe it was a good result for Odisha FC the last time. So it's not going to be plain sailing for Chennaiyin FC, who didn't manage to win a single game the last time out. So the pressure is definitely on.
Yeah, exactly. Chennaiyin FC are definitely going to be remembering that they were not able to secure this in the bag the last time around, and knowing how important it is this time around, they're going to want to rectify that ASAP. But for now, I'm sure their minds are on one simple fact. Even if they get a point, Azim, it puts them in a relatively comfortable position to try and ensure that this series goes in, this latter stage of the league stage goes through comfortably for them, and then they can focus on the playoffs. Because I think for every single team at this point that is already in the top 4, the league stages are more of a case is let's get this done quick, let's shift our focus onto that playoff stage.
And of course, we do know that Shubham, a very, very close friend of V. Sharma from FC Goa, who would potentially be relying on Odisha FC to make life a little bit more difficult for the teams around them, give them that little bit of potential margin for error as well, because they have very, very little margin for error. They really do need to win both the matches, and of course, they are up against Mumbai City FC in our next game today. So it's going to be an absolutely lip-smacking set of features. We do have Bengaluru FC versus Hyderabad FC coming up as well. And Shubham, a player who is hard to beat, but hasn't scored a lot of goals, hasn't quite played his natural game for most of the tournament. But now, when the pressure is off and he could be that party pooper, maybe he could start to come into his own as we're ready to kick off.
Yeah, and I think I was talking to Shubham recently. For him, was only able to attend a couple of lands before, of course, Corona struck in, and for him, eISL was relatively a new experience because of that. Had to get accustomed to the land, had to get accustomed to the role of being a leader within his team, where, of course, Dougal was not able to find his run of form early into the matchup. But I think now, without any of that pressure, he's going to be feeling a lot more comfortable, and it looks like we are seeing a couple of technical issues, so the lobby has to be rehosted.
Well, that'll happen pretty quickly, and yeah, let's see. Looks like maybe some kind of a controller glitch, or maybe the team selection not done properly. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Odisha FC in their away jersey today, which well, as nice as it is, I don't think anything, any jersey in the eISL or the Hero ISL can match up to that lovely Wakanda Forever themed
Oh,
home
yeah.
jersey that Odisha FC have. I do have the Chennaiyin FC jersey with me, and despite my subtle hints, no other teams have sent me jerseys. So guys, I'm very, very disappointed. There's still time until 18th of March. You can still have them sent across. Just saying, no pressure. But
+1.
well, yeah, +1. But not no pressure for Chennaiyin FC. They're all laughing and smiling. But if they somehow lose this game, then that really mounts that pressure going into that final game for them. And it's not going to be an easy one. If I just have a look at my fixture list, we'll come to know who they're playing. And I do recall that it wasn't an easy fixture for them. So they want to get this job done today, I'm sure, because their last fixture is, as I go through my sheet, it's Northeast United FC. So they're not going to make it easy for them at all. So yeah, need to get that 1 point and get the job done today.
Yeah, and at this point, I think, Kazim, it really does come down to whether Shubham is able to deliver for one of his closest friends. As you said, we're going to be seeing FC Goa in action as well, playing off against one of the top contenders for the title itself, a team that has continuously pushed forward. But right now, the story, the narrative, it's all about these Chennaiyin boys, and we'll have to see if they can really find the consistency that I feel like has defined their gameplay throughout the eISL so far. There's been ups and downs, but usually Naveen and Saransh together have become a formidable force to reckon with, a force that where you're scared of both of the players. It's not the case where one of the player has really stepped up to the mark, and I think that's the distinction that we are starting to notice between our top four teams and everybody else, where in our top
Yeah.
four teams, both of the players look extremely scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, yeah, you could probably say even up to the top five, we still have, of course, Bengaluru FC in that fight, and you don't want to go up against either Sagnik or Varsi in the form that they've shown. Unfortunately, those couple of big games that they needed to get the result didn't quite go their way. It could have been even more uncomfortable for those second to fourth teams sitting there right now. But on the match right now, Chennai FC, looked like a good ball played in there by Naveen, but eventually boils down to nothing. And Shubham gets his first taste of the action. It's taken him about 6 minutes to get his first touch of the ball. But I think that's a hallmark of how Naveen likes to play. Both
Yeah.
him and Saraj like to hold on to that possession as much as possible. And more so against Shubham, where he himself has actually complained that all the players against me just keep hogging the ball. They don't want me to have it, and maybe just testament to the fact of how good a player he is that they don't
Yeah.
want him to have that ball at all.
Exactly, right? Because I think they know, oh my god, I was just about to say they know that he's not one to cheaply give it away, but he does so exactly when I'm saying that. So I guess precast the curse already applied, but either way, I do 100% agree with that point, being that for Shubham in general, the idea seems to be to always play that standard vein of football. Being a IRL football fan himself, a die-hard football fan, you can very much see that macro sense in his gameplay. But right now it is Naveen setting it up, and an easy push in gets that early goal for Chennaiyin FC. Makes it look like a piece of cake, Azim.
Yeah, made it look very, very easy over there. And again, you can see not really celebrating Shubham, of course, known to be the kind of guy who comes back from one or two goals down, typically late in the game. Most of his games, I think, have followed that pattern of him being down at halftime and then somehow going ultra attacking and clawing it back in that second half. And that's what he will be looking for as well. He did in the last time against Saranch as well. I think it was a similar circumstance, went down early and had to claw his way back and get that draw. But for Chennaiyin FC, it will weigh on their minds just that little bit that they have not managed to win any of their matches against Odisha FC so far in the eISL. And something, a little bit of a psychological advantage, you could say, as Shubham comes forward. You can see a very, very high line, also very, very narrow defense. So clearly trying to counter the narrow formation that Shubham is playing. And maybe I think he'll need to switch it up, maybe go to a 4-2-3-1 wide or a 4-2-4 formation to force Naveen to change the way he's defending.
Yeah, exactly, because in the midfield right now, Shubham able to barely find any space, but he still creates some for himself. But again, that heavy defensive presence in the midfield that Naveen has is really helping him out. Not giving Shubham many holes to work with, but Shubham just moving the ball around, trying to find the space, does exactly that. With Ronaldo 7 in the box in. I thought that was a penalty, but clearly not. The defender seems to have got a touch of the ball.
Yeah, must have been the slightest touch on the ball, and now Naveen wasting no time getting on that counter attack, and that's really what you're going to need to do against Shubham, because he's going to dominate that ball as much as he can. When you give it to him, invariably he's going to create at least a chance, or at least even a half chance. And now had the opportunity to maybe play that ball in to CR7 early, decided not to do so. And Pele now getting that ball in, couldn't get the turn again over there, and you have to say Shubham looking like he has the goal in him. He's creating those half chances, those little opportunities, and Naveen will have to capitalize on these counter attacks, because it seems that Shubham is capable of getting at least that one goal.
Yeah, most definitely capable, but the question becomes, can he be clinical and make it put it in the back of the net? Because Naveen right now, he's got the lead, he's got the comfort, and he's got the cushion to rely on for the rest of this match. Shubham was going to have to push back. For now, it is Naveen with the ball, moving his way forward, persevering in hope for a chance. And I think one thing very important to note about Naveen's playstyle is, while he does like this slow tempo, likes to build it up, when he goes for the push, he's just instantaneous. Like a trigger gets flipped and he's able to get his way in, just very similar to the first goal. I think we're going to need to see something similar from Shubham. Slow build up in the midfield, but towards the end, he needs to attack quickly, and he gets exactly that. But a fluff on the finish from Pele. Ay.
Well, he's still got the ball back now with Mbappe, and Shubham is turning the screw right now. I think when the ball landed to Pele, he was going for that chip finish, but of course, when that ball is coming down, to get that chip and get it right is of course very, very difficult. Might have been a better option to even just go for the volleyed finish even, or just take a touch and try to sit down the keeper and go around him, because that was a very low percentage chance. But Shubham, of course, backing the abilities of those supreme cards that these players, of course, have the luxury of using, all the icons and the team of the year cards. And speaking of that, it's two icons combining. It's R9 almost getting the shot away. Shubham survives that attack, and he'll be on the counter again.
Now look at this. Shubham trying to make his way in. And as you said, Azim, it has to be these micro combination, has to be just outplay in that final third to try and make it happen. Either outplay in terms of the macro sense, where you're able to expect the right turn from the defender, or you're able to expect the right moment for committing to the tackle, or it has to be an outplay in the micro sense, where you just nail, say, a relay to perfection, get yourselves in. And so far, it has been Naveen able to make it happen, but a very close match nonetheless. It's got me on the edge of my seat so far, but I'd like to see a few more goals, really amp up the pace and the tempo of the game inherently because of that. Because at this stage where we're towards the end, I want to see Shubham starting to free up and do a lot more things that he might not have done in the initial stages.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think maybe he might try a change in formation. The narrow formation, of course, is a little bit prohibitive in terms of what you can do. But will he have the opportunity. No, it does look like it is Naveen taking advantage, getting a firm grip on this tie over here. It is 2-0, a potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. Big blow for Naveen over there, getting that 2-goal cushion just before half time. And now Shubham has to go all guns blazing and he will be super exposed on the counter attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Naveen starting to look quite commanding in the way he's able to get his victory. It's not dominating, I'd say, because Shubham is still creating chances. He still has a fair share of the ball. But Naveen is just ruthless. Every time he's able to create a simple enough chance like that, he finds so much space in the box against a formation where he'd expect to not really be able to do it because of the way the midfield is structured for Shubham. But Naveen doing it with relative ease speaks to you about the strength of this Chennaiyin FC team. They faced trouble in their previous matchup against Odisha FC, but right now making short work of Shubham is Naveen and potentially short work of Odisha FC if Chennaiyin get a free win going into this matchup for Saransh into that next game.
Absolutely. And well, Dougal is going to have his work cut out against Saranch. He did manage to get the win against Naveen in the last time out. And well, he's going to have to be at the top of his game to get something over there. You can see a lovely little chip over there, just spotting that pass at the last moment. Shubham completely sort of almost oblivious to the fact that CR7 was making his way across with that lovely little dink. And do we see now a change in formation from Shubham? Let's see what the radar looks like. Yes, it does look like there is a wide player now. CR7 has gone to that right flank, or has he? Let's wait for the radar to sort of rearrange itself. But it does look like there is a little bit more width on offer, and that's what Shubham is going to need right now to break down the stubborn defense that Naveen has been putting out. And case in point, right there.
Absolutely. And that stubborn defense is testament to the fact of how important this matchup is for Chennaiyin FC. Getting this win more or less secures their spot in the top four, but also puts them in a better position seeding-wise to try and get a favorable matchup in that playoff stage. So right now, I think, of course, all teams are wary of SC's Bengal. They have looked the best team so far across the eISL, but I think we've seen this across many an esports title where things radically change when it comes to playoffs, and that's what the others will be relying on and taking that right run of form. And Naveen trying to do exactly that, playing around with the defender's speed, still the ball with Ronaldo, gets it in from Mbappe, who flies into the air and nails it in for a 3-0 lead. But that move from R7 is just absolutely exquisite from Naveen.
Oh yeah, he worked that brilliantly, and a little dink cross in there, just standing it up, and then getting Mbappe over there, who beats was it Bellingham in the air? I think it was Marquinhos who probably have won that header. But there you go, seeing potentially why you have the likes of N'Golo Kante in there for their defensive attributes. A lot of people have used Jorginho there as well. But now at 3-0, clearly whatever V Sharma offered Shubham as a reward for winning this game, not quite good enough. The burgers and the pizzas not quite cutting it for Shubham right here, because he's been absolutely well. It's just about Naveen being clinical. He's created 3 chances and he scored 3 goals. You could say that Shubham has dominated most of this game and now has the opportunity but can't get that shot away. Again, the touch too heavy, the time finish all wrong. And even if he had got a goal back there, I would still have said that Odisha FC had a chance. But now, with the clock ticking by, it's getting more and more unlikely. But Naveen deciding to give him a little opportunity here.
Yeah, with Czech picking up the ball, it certainly feels like a checkmate right now for Odisha FC. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see, because we've seen bigger comebacks, not against Chennaiyin FC, I'll say, against teams that do have had at least a bit more of a leaky defense. But Naveen currently just looks composed. He looks cool as a cucumber, very calm in his approach to the game. Even in that defensive approach, brilliant pressure applied by the defender, while at the same time getting his keeper forward to collect the ball, just combining very well both in attack and defense. And of course, in the midfield, we've already talked about how his formation gives him an inherent edge and plays against what Shubham wants him to do. But Shubham right now, with a couple of changes, he's brought in Neymar, one Brazilian legend on for another. We'll have to see if Neymar is able to make something happen.
Oh, and a little assist provided almost by Hullet over there, but didn't quite work out. And it's just in those final areas, that instinctive finishing that Naveen has shown us. It's just not quite been there for Shubham. He's going to find the ball in now to Mbappe. He's got CR7 in the box, exactly where you want him. Not the person you wanted on the header, unfortunately, in Messi over there. You usually want Messi on that long shot at the edge of the area. He wants the headers to all fall to CR7. But now it is. Could it be completely lights out with this attack from Naveen getting inside? You can see he's toying with the defense over there. He's really given Hakimi at that right back position a complete run around with CR7 throughout this game. And what a ball that is! Oh my goodness, that is absolutely beautiful from Naveen. What a wonderful goal! And gets that fourth goal. That is outstanding stuff.
Yeah, outstanding is the exact word I would use too, because boy oh boy, at this point I really do feel like Naveen is on another level today. He's come with a mission, a man on a mission really, as he looks to comfortably secure Chennaiyin FC spot in the top 4 and maybe even open up some hopes of a challenge on, if not the top 1, at least guarantee that top 2 spot in their fight against Mumbai City FC. But at this point, what is really key for Shubham is to try and end off on a good note in this matchup itself. You can see he's getting quite frustrated while giving the ball away cheaply, and that's not what we want to see, because I think for all of these teams and players who can't make it in the top 4, it's all about ending the eISL journey on a good note.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Odisha FC, they still do have 2 more games to play after this, so still potential for them to play for that 6th or 7th spot. But now, trying to get in, you can see the confidence is just coursing through Naveen's play right now. He's willing to try out absolutely everything. This time Shubham gets in, but again, the positioning on defense, the switching absolutely on point, and it's been very, very impressive. It was, I don't think he's ever looked out of control. There was maybe a small period in the game for about 20-25 in-game minutes where Shubham looked like he was the player more likely to score, but particularly since that second goal, I think Naveen has really, really taken control of this tie. I think Shubham's head would have dropped just before halftime to concede that goal, and it's really reflected now in the pure sheer dominance we've seen in the second half from Naveen, the man from Chennai. Of course, getting that job done, and now it is Neymar in the touch too heavy again for Shubham. It's just not happening for him, and it does look like Naveen could potentially get one more.
Yeah, at this point, Naveen will most likely just try to boost his stats for that MVP slot, and does exactly that. Slams it into the top left corner with Ronaldo. A 5-0 dominating victory for Naveen and Chennaiyin FC. It seems like could easily be more.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you can see Shubham trying to sort of pull the double bluff by moving Van der Sar to the far post, but Naveen so composed, taking his time, waiting for the keeper to move, almost like a Jorginho penalty, you could say. Just wait for the keeper to commit and then put it in the opposite direction. Very, very short display from Naveen, clinical, ruthless, whatever you want to call it. He's been absolutely on fire, and a great time to start finding your top form. We did see him in incredible form at the start of the season. It did dip a little bit through the middle, but he's closing this out with a really, really impressive individual display, and bodes well for the finals if indeed they do make it, because all it needs now is for Saranj to just get a draw against Dugal, and the top 4 is confirmed for them.
Yeah, exactly. When Shubham right now trying to get a consolation goal, but just too many bodies in the box by Naveen. Just composed in his defensive stature, able to get it back and now set himself up on the counter. Has Ronaldo making a forward run, but unfortunately not able to get the ball away on time. He's just going to instead rotate it on towards the wing and get all of his attackers forward. Now, what we've seen from Naveen again and again is control in the midfield translated into a quick ball in to split the defense apart, but this time just exquisite skills from Eusebio. Roulé nailed to perfection, but the shot not able to come through. Instead, he gets a corner.
And well, Van der Sar will collect that. It's a brilliant performance, a brilliant win from Naveen. Gets his job done in absolute style. 5-0, and could well have been more, could even have been 6 or 7. But just showing that ruthlessness that you need to be a top player, to be that potential eISL champion. And yeah, you can see almost no emotion on his face. He enjoyed that, and I'm sure his teammate enjoyed watching that. That was really something special.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point, something special against Saransh, one of the best players in our entire eISL, looks extremely difficult and extremely unlikely, but I think Tugal most definitely has the capability to make it happen. So we'll see if he's able to do that, or if a comfortable 2-0 set win for Chennaiyin FC it does result. But this is what I'm talking about. It's just slow build up in the midfield, but he has the vision of a true center attacking midfielder, Naveen, where he's able to spot out these runs, these passes into the final third with such ease and get his attackers into such a great spot to find the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And there you could see Shivam making a few wrong decisions in that final third, particularly. Got into good positions, particularly in that first half, but it just wasn't quite happening for him with that final finish. And there you can see, conversely, Naveen, the efficiency that he showed. 2 chances, 2 goals, and then after that, it was just an absolute rampage.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point, Rampage is what everyone expects from Saransh as well. So things definitely looking dire for Odisha FC. Their hunt for a good end to the season, hunt for a potential 7th spot, looking extremely unlikely, especially with Naveen playing around with them the way he did in this matchup. What is absolutely key, again, is just simple fact that they have their best time while playing it. The days are numbered. We're approaching our finals, the playoff stage very, very soon. So towards these end of league stages, finding the best fun really you can in your form when playing these matchups can be extremely helpful to your journey moving forward from the eISL as well. Either ways though, we'll have to see if Dougal is actually able to make something happen.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that 4th goal, the little through ball, and also not just going for the meta finish, going for almost like a real football finish. That's how you would finish in real life, and I think that's how we've, at least for me, that's the finish that I would usually do up until pretty much FIFA 21, before the sort of goalkeeping and finishing dynamics changed quite a bit. And nice to see a throwback to the good old days where you just don't just use what works for the game, but you also use what works in real life football. And you can see over there that XG of 4.0, getting 5 goals in there. And Shubham, just those 2 shots early in the second half, never really got into the game after going 2 goals down. And you can see the absolute dominance that Naveen showed over there to get that 5-0 and potentially get 1 foot into those final spots.
Most definitely. The other foot, it's gonna be down to Saransh, and of course, today I'm thinking that of course if Mumbai City FC do drop the ball against FC Goa, it'll be that much more helpful for Chennaiyin FC because that's 2 teams right below them in potential contention of disrupting their momentum who could drop points. So Chennaiyin FC, by getting the win right here, they flip the pressure onto those specific teams and really raise the stakes of that matchup so much more. Either ways, right now that's not what we're going to see. We're going to be seeing Saransh and Dougal in action, and hopefully Dougal is able to find a win because as a neutral observer, I want to see something in line for the co-op, even a draw, so that Odisha FC can try to at least play for a point in the co-op would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we do have Naveen waiting to have a chat with us, so let's head right over there. Naveen, congrats on a win. Very dominant display. I think one of your best performances so far in terms of the chances created, the finishing, the quality of the goals. So how do you feel after that?
Yeah, like I think I played really well, but to be honest, Shubham was like I've played a lot of times with him. He was like not this. Our matches will be very close, like 1-1, 2-2. That's all. Today I felt this game was a bit laggy, or I don't know. There's delay I felt, so I knew that I can capitalize on that, and I was like playing my game the best game I could. So that's it.
Yeah, you looked very calm. I'm sure, of course, Shubham potentially with an off day, but you specifically looked very calm both in your attack as well as your defense. So I wanted to ask, we're nearing the end of the league stages of the eISL. How are you coping with the pressure of playoffs are going to come? You have to secure your top 4 slot. How is all of that going for you?
This is when we don't have pressure much now because we are like 80% like secured the top 4, so we just need a point from this game. So that's why we are not playing without any pressure, and you can see me smiling at Saransh too. So it was, we didn't even feel any pressure before the game, and usually that was the problem I felt. So this is better for us now.
Well, yeah, let's hope that you guys can still keep playing that way. Saransh himself has said that he still hasn't shown us his best form, so maybe we'll get to see that up against Dugal. So we're looking forward to that, and congrats on your win and all the best.
Thank you, thank you.
I have a sneaky feeling that we're not going to see the best of Saransh till it gets to crunch time, really. In the playoffs, maybe even in the last game when he needs to clutch it out for his team. That's where I think a player like a seasoned professional like Saransh will really peak, because that's where with so much on the line, he's won it before in as many prestigious tournaments. So I'm sure in this prestigious tournament that is the eISL, he's going to want to do it again in that crunch time.
Yeah, I mean, it's no coincidence that he's gone and won pretty much all the big tournaments there are in Southeast Asia, in Europe as well. So this is a guy who, obviously, over a long tournament, you have to realize, and I'm sure he said that as well at some point, that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Sometimes you just need to do enough to get over the line, and then really when that final, that home stretch comes in, that's when you just put all your power and everything you have available into those moments. But listen, it's still not done. Dugal could completely throw a spanner into those works if he gets the win against Saranch, and then it will be absolutely everything to play for. I'm sure everyone in FC Goa and Bengaluru FC and Mumbai City FC is rooting for Odisha FC right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
100%. And it's going to get really interesting really quickly if Dogal is able to find the win here against Saransh of all people. Because going into the co-op, we know what happened last time around. They were able to get a draw. And even though, like Naveen said, all they need is a point in this series to secure it. If they actually end up dropping those all 3 points, they are not able to secure that point right here and secure their spot. Suddenly, the pressure will be much, much larger going into those final few matches. And therefore, it might result in a slippery situation where it just goes away from their hands entirely. And that's something Saransh himself will want to avoid. So we'll see how that experience comes into play, how he's able to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, in the meanwhile, we do have a little shout out video from the Odisha FC Hero ISL players to support the boys over here. So let's quickly take a look at that.
Hi, I'm Shubham. You both are doing an amazing job in the eISL and scoring some beautiful goals. Wish you good luck for the upcoming eISL games. Let's go. I'm a team, I'm a game.
That's a pretty sweet gesture from the Hero ISL players. Well, I think they can sort of relate on both levels, because unfortunately for Odisha FC, haven't made the top four in the eISL or the Hero ISL. But of course, it's a long journey for all these players. I'm sure we're going to see them challenging for those top four spots in the seasons to come. But for now, we're just building up. Of course, before a Saranch game, we always have a little bit of a delay. I think Saranch has very specific technical requirements. The screen must be tilted at exactly 7 degrees, and the controller must be cleaned with a wet wipe from Japan. I don't know, but anyway. We're gonna find out a little bit more. We do have a new FIFA finesse video for you all, and this time it's Shubham taking you through some of his tips.
Hey everyone, my name is Shubham Jadhav and I play for Odisha FC, the Juggernauts in the eISL. Today I am going to share the most important aspect of my game, that is the art of defense. One of the main reasons why I have considered the least amount of goals in the league is because by having a great textbook defense. So आज मैं वही सारे टिप्स आपके सामने बताने वाला हूँ और अगर वही टिप्स पे आपने मेहनत करी तो आपका डिफेंस नेक्स्ट गेम में बहुत इंप्रूव हो जाएगा. वेलकम टू द आर्ट ऑफ डिफेंस. इसका चैप्टर नंबर 1 है द स्लाइडिंग टैकल. स्लाइड टैकल एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसे आप बॉक्स के बाद गलत इस्तेमाल करें तो आपको रेड कार्ड मिलेगा. उसी तरह इसको आप बॉक्स के अंदर गलत इस्तेमाल करें तो रेड कार्ड प्लस ऑपोजिशन टीम को पेनल्टी मिलेगा. तो आइए आज मैं आपको बताता हूँ इसे सही तरीके से कैसे इस्तेमाल करें. So now I will show you guys how to execute this in game. So basically the opponent is dribbling. Now all I have to do is go and press the box or the square button, and here we go. We have got the ball again. And here we can score with it. Simple as that. So here is one more example of how to execute the slide tackle. Here we go. We got the ball again by pressing the box or the square button, and we are through. So the second chapter is the standing tackle. Standing tackle एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसे आप काफ़ी कॉमनली यूज़ कर सकते हैं गेम में, और मेरे हिसाब से द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है गेम का. सारे प्रो, सारे कैजुअल प्लेयर्स इसे ही यूज़ करते हैं. आइए मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. तो ये इन गेम मोड है, अभी ये आ रहा है और ये अभी मैं दबाऊंगा ओ बटन से मैं छीनने का कोशिश करते रहूँगा. ये होगा स्टैंडिंग टैकल. ये मैंने बॉल ले ली एंड हियर वी गो ऑन काउंटर. एक सिचुएशन लेते हैं जिसमें सपोज ओपोनेंट भागते हुए आ रहा है, तो हमें भी R2 बटन दबाते हुए, O बटन दबाते हुए, स्टैंडिंग टैकल लेते हुए और काउंटर पे जाना है. This is one of the most important aspect personally for me in my game. So the third point is contain. Contain is basically a thing where you don't have to pressurize your opponent. Instead, you just have to close his passing lane, just like this, and then get the ball from him. Here we go. I'll give you another example. Here we go. It's coming again. I'm just holding him, and here we go. I got the ball again. So the first formation is 4-2-3-1 narrow. ऐसा रहता है ये फॉर्मेशन. इसमें स्ट्राइकर बैलेंस रहता है और तीनों कैंप कम बैक ऑन डिफेंस पे रहते हैं. सो इसका ये मतलब है कि यहाँ पे टीम आपकी पूरी एक साथ अटैक भी करेगी और एक साथ डिफेंस भी करेगी. सो ये पूरा प्रॉपर बैलेंस रहता है. इट हेल्प्स यू इन एवरी एस्पेक्ट. एंड द सेकेंड फॉर्मेशन इज 4-4-2 सेकेंड वेरिएशन. ये मैं तब यूज़ करता हूँ जब मेरे पास लीड रहती है और मेरे को वो लीड होल्ड करनी है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो 2 CDMs हैं वो हमेशा डिफेंस को हेल्प करते हैं. सो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मेशन है लीड होल्ड करने के लिए, और मैं गारंटी देता हूँ इससे आप यूज़ करोगे लीड पे तो आप होल्ड कर लोगे. सो नाउ आई विल शो यू गाइज my favorite skill move which I use in most of the games in the eISL. First I do is a roulette, then I do a fake stop, then a little reverse elastico to finish it off. Come, I'll show you guys how to do it. So to do a roulette, all you have to do is hold the right stick and move it 360 degree. Then for the fake stop, you have to press L1, box X so that he will do a fake stop, and then you have to move your right stick again 180 degree to do a reverse elastico, and then just press shoot. So I'll show you guys one more time. All you have to do is a roulette, fake stop, elastico, and bam. Defense is always crucial, no matter how big of a lead you have. अगर आपका defense काफ़ी weak है तो it's very likely that you let the game go out of your hand. So मेरे points use करें और अपना game improve करें. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो इसे लाइक और कमेंट करें. एंड ऑल्सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू वॉच eISL लाइव ऑन नॉर्वेन गेमिंग फेसबुक पेज एंड देयर यूट्यूब चैनल.
A lot of nifty tricks and trips given by Shubham right there. Of course, he had an off day today, wasn't able to work out for him, but he'll be hoping that his teammate can use some of those to make it happen, because you can see in terms of skill, inherently, they're very, very close. 2110 for Saransh, 2100 for Dugal. It really does come down to that experience edge that Saransh has in his back.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dugal, well, you could say he's experienced, having played the game for a few years longer than Saransh. Of course, 4 years older is Dugal. And of course, we have been chatting with him. He's soon going to be starting his streaming career, so you will definitely want to check out Dugal.tv. I believe that's what it's going to be on Twitch. And yeah, he's pretty much ready to go, wearing a nice little jacket, looking very fashionable on top of that Odisha FC jersey. But all the laughs, all the smiles are happening. But you know what? If Dugal does manage to get the win here, I don't think Chennaiyin FC are going to be smiling much.
Oh, yeah. If Dugal is able to secure the win right here, we will remind everyone that anything can happen in the eISL, especially against someone like Saransh if he's able to make it happen. But it's easier said than done. It's going to come down to that early momentum, early boost. Finding that first goal for either player is absolutely key. And right now, Saransh is the one who's looking to make it happen, moving aggressively into the box. The roulette setup has Eusebio on his left, but the ball not able to be released. Was cleared out, but not for long, as Eusebio's now once again come in. It's Marquinhos coming up huge to help Dugal secure it, but again, not able to clear it out. Azim just keeps giving it on back to Saransh.
Yeah, Saransh is totally in the mood over here. He wants to get this result taken care of and in the bag. And you can see just how hard he's working Dugal over there. Couldn't quite get that shot away. Now Dugal, can he land a sucker punch on that counter attack after soaking up that pressure for 7 minutes? Again gives that ball up though. Can't quite make it stick, and he must be absolutely, well, rocking there in his chair, wondering what he's been hit with in these opening few minutes of the game. Can't seem to get control of that ball. Now this time does find Cancelo and again gives it away. So it's just not happening for Dugal. Really, I think I would just take a pause right now and just get my, just take a breath and get back into the game. But yeah, I think he just needs to slow it down a little bit. Saranch is being very aggressive on that pressing on the counter press, particularly when he loses possession. And I think Dugal would be best served. Oh, he's got a massive opening over here.
Oh.
Gets Mbappe in, and I do wonder, should he have just kept running with Ronaldo there?
But he's got one more chance. Maybe he can find redemption right here. But the fake runs into Ruben Dias, and the chance is shut down. I do agree, Azim. I think could have just kept running and maybe even got a penalty because of that. Because you saw Czech getting very, very aggressive. But yeah, in that keeper itself, you can see the changes that Chennaiyin FC prefer. They run the same team, Saransh and Naveen, in most regards. It's just a playstyle difference that is slightly there, where Saransh seems a lot more fluid, Naveen seems a lot more direct, and that's where I think Dugal is going to have to try and adapt and shut him down, keep soaking up the pressure and find the chances, and this time soaks up yet another chance. Eusebio shooting it straight at the keeper, not rootless on finishing the way we expected from Saransh.
Yeah, but could be in over here. This time wins the header, or does he? No, Van der Sar. Oh my goodness, just bodies, limbs flying everywhere. And now another good counter-attack opportunity for Dugal. You know what? If he manages to get a goal on the counter over here, which he just might because he's played an excellent ball into Pele, does he have a CR7 at the back post? Does he need him? He does not. He finds the goal, and it is Odisha FC throwing a spanner into that top four battle.
Oh yeah. And you can see Saransh left scratching his head. He's wondering what's gone wrong. All of that pressure he created, all of the chances he created, all for naught as Dugal absorbs it like a beast and hits him back strong. 1-0 lead taken right now for Dugal and Odisha FC. And something that I think every neutral fan was hoping for is this pressure created. Dugal looking absolutely carefree, playing his natural game, and currently getting that lead as well as maybe even a second immediately. Dugal, oh my god! Let's go.
Oh my goodness. You know what Dugal reminds me of right now? First of all, that is a definite Terra Virtua Suku moment of the match right here. You know, in RPG video games, there are those characters who absorb all the damage on the shield and then suddenly hit you with a giant punch with all the damage that you put on them. That's exactly what Dugal has done over here. It's a 2-goal lead. After being absolutely under the cosh for those opening 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is not over yet, and I'm quite sure that FC Goa and Mumbai City FC, and particularly Bengaluru FC, are licking their lips in anticipation to see what's going to happen next, because Dugal is absolutely on fire. He might get a third, you know.
At this rate, he certainly looks like he might dominate Saransh the same way Naveen dominated Shubham in that first match, but still quite early into the match. If Saransh is able to get a goal back, it will set us up for a spicy affair. And Saransh going for the direct shot in as Dugal's defense gets quite ambitious. The clearance, trying to get it back, but a bit of a fumble. It's okay, will not mean much. He is able to recover it and once again just slow things down as he looks to hold on to this lead for dear life. But that doesn't mean he's going to necessarily stop attacking. I think Dugal realizing that right now the ball is in his court and he's got to maximize the value out of it, milk it for all he's got.
Yeah, and he's doing a very good job getting away from those tackles. A bit unnecessarily desperate pass there from Bellingham. But wait, it's CR7 at the back post who's offside. I don't think he needed to make that. Yeah, well, he's got the ball back again now with R9 played back from Mbappe. Can't get the shot away. These are crucial moments in the game, because at 3-0, I don't think there's a way back for Saranch. And Dugal will be hoping now to see this out at halftime with that 2-goal cushion at least intact.
Look, again, trying to create that initial chance. I think it's going to come down to that 45th minute opportunity. I still have this feeling, Azim, that there's one more goal at least left in this half itself. If it goes down to Chennaiyin FC and Saransh will set them up for a beautiful comeback in that second half. But if it goes down to Dugal, surely it's all but over. Van der Sar, a little theatric there in his the way he wanted to clear the ball. But I think the nerves clearly showing for the players as well as Dugal, because this win would be huge. Once again, on the counter, showing a lot of holes in Saransh's defense.
Yeah, and you have to say, I don't know, has Van der Sar been nerfed in the last week or so? Because we've seen a lot of, particularly even in the game between Naveen and Shubham, a lot of shots hit straight at the keeper, which just hit the keeper and bounced. And this is a big opportunity for Saranj. Surely a goal this time. And you were absolutely right there. See it 2-1 it is. Looked like an offside trap went horribly wrong for Duggal. And Saranj is not going to miss up an opportunity. You can see he is absolutely in beast mode now. He knows he wants to get this win, or at least to get a draw, and just get that job done, because if you take it to the jeopardy of game 3, I mean, anything can happen.
Oh, absolutely. Game 3 can mean anything can happen, and because everything on the line in that crucial moment. But halftime done, 2-1 on the board. Shubham with some key words of advice to help Duggal secure this lead right now. Getting a win against Saranj, well, for Duggal, that would be a huge boost in momentum. And this is where it all started off. A simple long ball with a simple pass into the box. Mbappe slotting it home. But this was what I found really special. Just very quick on those passes across the board. Got that 1-2 punch with both of those goals coming back to back.
Yeah, and of course couldn't quite hold on. Let's have a look to see over here. Yep, it was the offside trap that he got completely wrong. Just played it a little too late. And played it as the ball had been passed to R9 over there, and yeah, it looks comical. That's usually how I get my offside traps wrong and concede goals. It's very hard to get it right, and these guys most times do manage to get the offside trap absolutely bang on. I think in terms of national teams, probably in the game it looks like sort of the Japanese national team in the last World Cup, where they were excellent at just all jumping together in almost a video game like manner. You could see that Duggal trying to queue up that meta finish, but he starts the second half on the front foot, and he will be looking to reinstate that 2-goal lead. And now with Cancelo at the edge of the area, you know what? I was exactly going to suggest he take that shot, because Cancelo is actually pretty decent from long range.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a killer left foot and demonstrating exactly that. But this corner, it's got to translate into more pressure for Duggal. He goes for a direct one. It's very surprising, honestly, because we rarely ever see that, and that is usually the reason. Most keepers at this level are very deft at picking up the ball, and it opens up a very direct counter-attack through that keeper, clearing out the ball. Right now, that counter-attack for Saranj, a key tackle though, does slow it down, and now Saranj is going to have to rebuild his attack by looking for a way in. Oh, wow.
He's got it. He's got the job done there, Saranj. Big moment over there, and of course you can see Duggal just feeling a little bit crestfallen. And you can see now the importance of having the third goal in the first half, because you always know Saranj, particularly in that second half, he really comes in strong, he comes in clutch. It is still at the moment all to play for, of course, which it does mean that Chennaiyin FC, with this current result, would get the 1 point that they need to ensure themselves qualification into the top 4. So Duggal still needs to find a goal, and now I wonder if the tables are going to reverse. I wonder if Saranj will try to go a little bit conservative now, will he keep going? I think he should just keep going the way he's approached the second half. Attack is the best form of defense for Saranj over here, because although that's a cheap giveaway, and now pretty exposed at the back as he finds Mbappe. A good first touch, gets away from Ruben Diaz. Oh my goodness, how is that not a foul?
That's a question I'm left thinking about many a times in my own matches, such as FIFA. You know, she's a cruel mistress. She rarely ever gives you what you want. But right now, like we talked about, what Saranj and Chennaiyin FC really want is for this match to end as it is. And to do that, a goal, it would go a long way, because at the very least, it'd make it almost impossible for him to lose given the time frame available. He's trying to do exactly that. Very well worked to create the space, but the shot goes slightly wide. Doesn't matter though. Again, like you said, Azim, a 2-2 here effectively secures their spot in the top 4, because it guarantees them at least 1 point from the co-op, irrespective of what result it is. And a 2-2 here, very much favorable for Chennaiyin FC and Saranj. Right now, though, it's up to Duggal to try and make something happen. I'm sure he can hear V. Sharma in the back of his head. He's like, bro, come on, you got to do this for us.
Yeah, and looks for that ball to Mbappe, couldn't quite get it, but still does find Mbappe over there. Had the opportunity to play in Bellingham, decided not to take it. He will use him now, and now has R9 in there as well. Needs to beat that last man. He's beaten the offside trap, but can't get the shot away. Saranj getting a toe, well, not even getting a toe onto the ball over there, and well, that was one of those heart attack goal kicks. You'd have to say all of us have had those, where you just quickly press X after after a goal kick, and suddenly you realize, oh hello, there's a striker there. But this again, big opportunity. Tuchel is not done yet. I still do feel that there is another goal for Tuchel in this game, and Saranj, I think now may want to just shut up shop and try and see this out.
I think anything is possible right now in this game, especially with these players starting to loosen up a little, I'd say, towards that defensive half, as both of them are starting to really feel their palms getting sweaty. You know, they're trying to ensure that, of course, for Tuchel, he gets another goal, while Saranj just trying to make sure nothing changes from here on out. But Tuchel working himself into a beautiful spot. That fake was exquisite as he was able to get off the shot, but just not able to get it in. Czech just holding on for dear life for Chennaiyin FC.
Yeah, you could see that little scoop turn fake from Tuchel, and yeah, I think we may see Saranj go 4-2-3-1 now, and just try to see it out, or maybe do the 4-2-2-2 to just hold it out. It is, of course, we did see in Shubham's FIFA Finesse series, that's one of the the best formations to hold on to a lead, because you're pretty much sitting there with two central defensive midfielders who are not getting involved in the attack. It's a pressure situation. The palms are sweaty. And let's see what substitutions have been made. It's Pele in for CR7 for Saranj, Messi in for Eusebio, and a short corner this time played by Tuchel. Gets the ball in. It was Diaz on Diaz action. It's Cruyff on for Pele for Odisha FC. And now, will Saranj show any mercy over here? Will he just try to get this done immediately? He finds R9. This is it. You don't expect Saranj to miss from here, and he absolutely does not. That, I think, is the 3 points in the bag, not just the one, because Tuchel, well, he's going to be really, really crestfallen right now.
100%. I think it really will mean that despite the strong start of Odisha FC in this matchup, Saranj, the seasoned professional, able to hold on, make sure he's able to pull it off and ensure 3 points in the bag the way it is going for the side of Chennaiyin FC. But we'll see, Tuchel looked quite ruthless in just a matter of minutes in the first half. I'm sure he can do it again. Does have the time. If he's able to start off on this kickoff on a strong note, I'm sure he can try to push for a comeback.
Yeah, well, the time is definitely running out for Tuchel over here. He needs to grab those 2 goals, and you can see Saranj over there. I think just shaking off that first 30-40 minutes, saying, "Oh my God, what happened? That was just a blip," and coming back really, really strong to get 3 goals of his own. And now I think it's probably going to be all-out attack from Tuchel. He's got nothing to lose. He may as well just try to make Saranj's life uncomfortable. Force him to just sit back and defend. But of course, he will be a bit exposed on that counter-attack as well. Now with Cruyff, didn't really need to leave that ball. And now Saranj finds that ball in. 2R9, the first touch, all important. Gets it right this time. Has Messi available. Will he go for that long-range shot? Oh no, he finds Pele. This is beautiful from Saranj. But manual keeper movement over there, covering the near post. And now if he looks to that left flank, he'll find Gullit in acres of space. But he's looked straight through to Neymar, and it's back in. It's level again, and hang on, it's not over yet.
Boy, oh boy, you can see Saranj with a look which tells you everything really about what he's feeling, which is the simple fact that, man, he cannot afford this to run away from him. A huge comeback he is able to pull off, even take the lead. But 3-3 on the board right now as Tuchel is pushing back strong. 10 minutes to go on the clock, and it all comes down to possession and time management, making sure you're composed, making sure that you're not giving away those free giveaways, making sure that you're holding on to the ball as much as you can while not losing your focus or concentration. Saranj looking to do exactly that as he creates a chance, and I don't think right now he can afford to play for the 98-minute mark. Rather, needs to just go for the aggressive push and make sure he's not exposed on the counter.
Although it would be tempting, he's given the ball away, and now it's 2v1, 3v1 over there. Well, it was for just a brief moment before Saranj's defenders came absolutely storming back. But there we go. This is it. Had the opportunity to play Mbappe. The ball does reach Mbappe. It's Neymar now. 1v1. It's got Cruyff in there. Can't find the ball through to him. And is that the last chance gone? Because Saranj surely now will just try to see this out. You can't really try to put too much pressure on the ball if you're Tuchel as well, because you're just going to leave yourself exposed. Looking for that manual pass to Saranj. This time with Pele. Gets the shot away. There will be another chance for Tuchel. Here we go. Here we go.
90-minute chance can always be oh so game changing, and right now a couple minutes of overtime is the game itself giving us a few more minutes to witness this action. It's Dugal trying to set it up. Dugulit with a huge bridge gets the ball into the back of the net as Dugal pulls it back against all odds. A win for Odisha FC, effectively guaranteed, and Saransh with his hands left to just console himself at this point. Beautifully done by Dugal. That bridge. Wow.
Oh my goodness me, what have we just seen here? If ever there was a Terra Virtua super moment of the match, it was that right there. What a clutch play from Dugal. He is keeping everyone right on their toes. He is keeping this top four battle alive. What a game we've seen over here. 4-3 after going 2-0 up, then 3-2 down and coming back. Brilliant display from Dugal, and again it is dead level going into game 3, and oh my goodness, Odisha FC look like they're feeling it now.
They most certainly are, and they're going to be feeling the confidence going into the co-op as well, because remember last time around it was the win against Naveen, the draw for Saransh, and then they drew in the co-op to make sure that Odisha was able to get the points. It came down to the final match is my point, and once again it's going to happen, but what an absolute fest it has been for us neutral observers. First 2 games already with 12 goals on the board. That's exactly what you want to see.
Oh yeah, that's good, and well, the one thing that will work in Chennaiyin FC's favor, of course, is that 5 goal win for Naveen increases their goal difference to 5 more than Bengaluru FC.
Yep.
Well, with the loss it becomes 4 more, so if they do end up losing this game, it will give them just that little bit more buffer, because if Bengaluru FC are to overtake Chennaiyin, it will be on goal difference. So these are all the factors we have to keep in mind going into these last few moments and days of the league stages. It's really been special to behold, particularly over here. It looked like it was just a foregone conclusion after a while for Saraj to just see it out. But Dugal coming up, bringing out those big guns and getting the win at the end. It was brilliant to watch.
And it really tells you that every single moment is important. Every single chance is critical. The way you're playing throughout the match can define your status in this tournament, especially for someone like Chennaiyin FC. And for Odisha, of course, it gives a huge boost to momentum. And personally, for Dugal, it also reminds players that this guy has got a lot of skill. So, of course, shout out to him. I think it'll be really interesting seeing him grow as a streamer later after the eISL, and I'm excited to see that. But right now, all of my excitement is reserved for the co-op, Azim. 1-1 in this set, going into the co-op, both the teams with everything on the line.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I actually didn't notice the little backheel pass that Dugal made over there in the back of, like in his own box, going back with Bellingham. We thought at this point that maybe that one goal conceded would have really changed the flow of the game, and you would have been right to think that, because Saraj did manage to then take the lead. But after that, it was just something we were not expecting at all. 2 goals in the last 10 minutes from Dugal really turned the game on its head, and now with game 3. I mean, I don't know what to expect. The momentum is surely with Odisha FC, but Chennaiyin FC definitely the better co-op unit. And it's just no way to predict what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying. I'm just gonna enjoy myself as both of these teams give us their very best and look to pull off the win and the 3 points in this matchup. Again, very important point to note and remember is that if this ends up being a draw, the way it was the first time these teams met in the co-op, it will favor Chennaiyin FC, as all they really need is that point on the board to try and make it happen. But if Dugal is able to lend a bit of his form that he found in this matchup to Shubham, and if together they're able to take down Chennaiyin FC, then, well, I think, of course, they will be celebrating, but so will FC Goa and Bengaluru FC, as Chennaiyin FC will drop 3 critical points.
I absolutely loved the composure that Dugal showed over there. Not just with Hullet for the bridge, but also with Neymar just waiting, and you can see Shubham saying, okay, see it out, it's done. And even Saranj, I think, saying, yeah, you're looking across saying good goal. And wow, XG of 5 to 3.5. So yeah, very entertaining game. And I'm sure everyone's enjoying it. And if you are enjoying it, please remember to smash that like button on whichever channel you're watching this broadcast. Also, let us know in the chat what your predictions are for Game 3. It's going to be very feisty, very cagey. But of course, for all of those of you who are interested, of course, in the NFT ecosystem, and of course the Hero ISL Terra Virtua, of course, is an entertainment-based metaverse platform where you can get training card, animated mascots, all that fun stuff. So check it out.
A chance for you to really, as the promo said, come closer to the Hero ISL with those special moments, grab a memento really, and intrinsically, of course, have it connected to you, which is the best part about it. But now we're ready for the eISL co-op game between Odisha FC and Chennaiyin FC. I can see Azim is already getting himself very excited. So I'll start off there, Azim. What are we expecting from Odisha FC particularly? Because Shubham got smashed, but Dougal found a convincing victory. So how do they balance out these radically different feelings that they've got from their individual matches?
So I think the kind of player that Shubham is, if he goes down in the match very early on, like if he's 2 goals down, he sort of tends to lose motivation. But now he will have got his motivation right back because we're dead level again. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate. And going into the co-op, you can see the intensity from the Odisha FC boys. Shubham fixing his hair as well to get into the mood, get into the zone, and he's got his mojo back. Of course. Like borrowing that momentum, riding the same wave of positivity after his teammate got that result. And for Chennaiyin FC, will it be the other way? Is it the momentum swinging against them? You can see Naveen can afford a smile, but Saranch, he does not like to lose. And he's going to really want to put things right. So just no way to know how this is all going to pan out. And it's very intense, and there we go. Kickoff is finally here.
The kickoff is here, and heavy anticipation for me, and of course I assume for you as well, and all of the neutral fans in the chat, and of course all of the FC Goa fans, all of the Bengaluru FC fans. But on the other hand, the Chennaiyin FC fans, they're going to be potentially biting their teeth because they've seen this matchup once before, Azim. They're going to be hoping it, at the very least, ends out the way it did before. A draw would help Chennaiyin FC out a lot, but if Dougal is able to help Shubham get that initial goal, if Odisha FC is able to pick up that initial touch, then I think they will be able to go all the way. For now, though, just a simple offside, and Chennaiyin FC will be able to build up there.
Yeah, Chennaiyin FC, of course, sitting on 34 points right now. Bengaluru FC sitting on 25 with 3 games to play. So, of course, mathematically, the maximum that Bengaluru FC can get is, of course, just 9 points. So, they are really putting all their hopes on Odisha FC first, and then, if it comes down to it, Northeast United FC later on. But, of course, that does depend on them beating Hyderabad later on today. But now, focused on this game, all the permutations and combinations just will keep going on. And Odisha FC looking positive at the beginning. I'm sure Chennaiyin FC, they will be a little bit cautious going into this game. But of course, you can't be too cautious because it's just one of those. If you don't, commit entirely to it and you sort of play half-heartedly, it's very easy for the opposition to just find and pick up those gaps. You really have to play, particularly FIFA22. It rewards you for sort of playing full tilt. And full tilt is Chennaiyin FC, and a horrible miss over there. It's a block, and Dougal celebrates it. But a corner early on for Chennaiyin FC.
Early pressure from both of these teams, but it is Chennaiyin FC right now creating them chances. Ronaldo on the edge of the box. I thought he might go for the finish. Instead, he runs through the defense and runs through a bit too much. A second of hesitation. If the pass could have been found, maybe even the shot could have resulted in a rebound. It's going to mean nothing, but that's okay. They have the ball once again. It is Ronaldo 7 in the box trying to create something. Ronaldo to Ronaldo, but just not enough space for a shot.
Yeah, and I think it's that's a case of what I just mentioned earlier. Like if you try to play it a little too cautious, that little hesitation can just allow your opposition back, and you really have to go hard and be very very just trust your instincts as much as possible. Play sort of the way Naveen was playing in that first half, the way we've seen guys like Ankit play for most of the eISL. And I think Odisha FC doing the right thing now, just trying to deny Chennaiyin FC the ball because I mean Chennai won't be pressing too aggressively, considering they know that if it ends 0-0, their job is done. So I don't think Chennai is going to go chasing this game unless they go a goal down. And I mean, just as a neutral, we would all love to see that. It's just Odisha FC surely too far out for that, but what forces the save from Van der Sar, and it's a corner to Odisha FC.
Yeah, I think that might have been Dougal. He got a sneaky smirk on his face as well. He seems to be feeling himself today, just going for the instinctive plays, the instinctive shots, and finding success more often than not. But still 0-0 on the board, and Chennaiyin FC on the counter. The ball a second too early, and that does mean a recovered back for Odisha FC as they persevere on the counter. Oh,
Yeah, you know what? In a 1v1 game, that would probably have been a goal. It's just the fact that in co-op, you can defend two players separately and sort of with that level of immediacy of moving the players to their markers. So didn't quite work there, but a very cheap giveaway from Odisha FC. And now Hullet got the job done for one team. Can he now turn traitor and get the job done for Chennaiyin FC? Only time will tell. Odisha doing a reasonable job defensively so far, but again, that right channel is looking a bit of a problem spot for them. They get away with it this time, and now it's 3v3 on that counter attack. It's down to those individual decisions now. Can you make the right call? It is the right call to play in Mbappe, and he is in. Shortly, it's into the top corner, and Odisha FC have the lead. And as it stands, Chennai and FC are not qualified for that top 4 spot.
boy, oh boy, the temperature is picking up, and at this point, I think for both of the team, it is just going to come down to the simple fact that Odisha FC, they're feeling themselves. Despite that 5-0 initial loss, despite the second game going down for the going out for the to the wire, it is coming down to just that instinct reaction, that fact that even though Naveen might not have been feeling the pressure, it certainly seemed like after the initial 2 goals of Dougal, Saransh was, and now both of them are feeling the pressure, going down 1 goal in this co-op as Odisha FC, they're all guns blazing, going for the win throughout. Let's see if Chennai can find an answer.
Yeah. Well, very composed at the back over there, making the right decisions, using the goalkeeper as well, getting pretty good job. And now the counter is on over there with CR7 going for that, takes the heavy touch, needs somebody at that back post for the cross, decides not to cross, very composed on the ball again over there, trying to turn through. I think the better option might have been the pass back to Hullet, but the ball is now lost, and Chennai FC will come back again. And I do think it is crucial for Odisha FC to hang on before halftime, but they've won the ball back. They could double their lead. What a shot! And saved! And saved!
Check certainly keeping Odisha FC in check because they are feeling themselves, man. They are in full power. Look at this. We might see a corner routine, a couple of manual runs were shown, but none selected just yet. Is going to be the corner taker changed? Pele going to go for the ball. I think they're just trying to decide what they want to go for. Near post execute, it does seem like, and able to get the ball to Ronaldo, but not the shot itself, but still recovered once again on the counter. A bit of a scuffle in that midfield did mean that even though it was Odisha who recovered the ball, it's Chennai on the counter now, looking to get back 1 goal in the back, but they slow down for a second. That's all the time Odisha needs to recover their defense, and apparently the ball as well is just pinball right now. Both teams giving it to each other.
Yeah, there you go. Given away again. Crucial now for Odisha FC to hang on to this lead before halftime and really let Chennai FC stew over the fact that they are a goal down in this crunch game. And will we see something different from Chennai? And will we see a shot taken from an odd angle, going for the cutback? Gets the job done, and there you can see the butterflies on that Odisha FC bench, taking the time with the goalkeeper and just playing it out long. And I'm sure that's going to be half time. There you go, halfway there, Odisha FC, halfway to getting a famous victory over Chennaiyin FC. We're going to be talking about this for months and years to come if they do manage to hang on. Really one of the most iconic matches we've seen so far in the eISL. And there you go, that one big goal, could it be the difference?
One goal is all that matters. And you can see Saransh just, you can see that tension really in his face. You can see the fact that he's feeling the pressure. And after a 5-0 victory from his teammate, you'd have thought that for him, of course, it's going to have to be in his head that he's going to be able to secure that win and not even let the co-op matter. But right now, just not able to do so. And maybe you start wondering, is Odisha FC's playstyle itself a kryptonite for Saransh? Because even last time around against Shubham, it was a 1-1 draw. And then the co-op, they were not able to secure the win. It never looks this cagey for Chennaiyin FC in general. So Odisha FC certainly have got that in the bag. They've got the right tool to break down Chennaiyin FC, and they're doing it spectacularly so far. A 2-0 lead Dougal had in his first half, that evaporated quickly. A 1-0 lead most definitely can, so they're going to have to make sure they don't give away any free chances.
Yeah, but I think Odisha FC might find themselves in the same position that Chennaiyin FC were in that first half, where they're trying to be that little bit too cautious. They have to keep trying to attack. You have to keep Saransh and Naveen on that back foot throughout. If you keep trying to just hold on to possession, but wait, the lane just opened up and they decided not to take the chance over there. The ball will come back to Hullet and again, but the ball now changes hands for Chennaiyin FC. A big opportunity there for Odisha FC. It just seemed to split like Moses and the Red Sea. There was acres of space to run in, but well, that gap just shut a little bit too quickly. And now, as we are about 7 or 8 minutes into that first half, how is this game going to end up? Because it's one goal that could potentially define Chennaiyin FC's season right here.
Yeah, one single goal could mean all the difference, and at this point, it could also mean...
Oh no.
It could mean all the difference with respect to which team is able to get it through. I think definitely, again, we have to highlight Avi Sharma, Afnan and Saugnik and Varsi are going to be looking at this with rapt attention as they hope Chennaiyin FC stumbles. They hope that the status quo is maintained and they hope Chennaiyin FC lose all 3 points. But on that same note, Odisha FC, for them, it's not about the other teams. It's not about Chennaiyin. It's all about just securing the end of their eISL on a brilliant note. And so far, so good. Even this attack shut down could have been a cheap giveaway, but it's just lady luck kind of on the side of Odisha FC. I mean, they always do say you work hard, the luck helps you out, and it certainly seems like that is what is happening for Odisha.
Yeah, but very careless in possession over there, a very cheap giveaway, and you can see the nerves definitely showing for Odisha FC as well now, because they're going to be absolutely under the cosh for these last 30 minutes. It's going to have to be rear guard action and counter attack like they've never done it before. And Chennaiyin FC, you know, they're going to be attacking as much as they can. Now, the 1v1, the isolation from one Ronaldo to the other, twisting, turning, Marquinhos there with the block. Great last ditch defending again from Odisha FC. That's something that they've generally been good at. Defensively, it's not been that much of a problem for them, but on attack, need that composure. 25 minutes to go, a pause cued, and I think Odisha FC definitely need that. I think just need to, get the breath back, get some water in, rub those palms off, and what a great last 20 minutes we have in prospect.
Yeah, I'm just rubbing my hands in anticipation. I'm feeling extremely excited, and you can see Naveen still trying to, I think, motivate Saransh to a large extent. Be like, we got this. We just got to push through. We just got to find one goal, really. But you can see Saransh, he's feeling that pressure most definitely, and Naveen trying to detail out some instructions for them to carry out. One single attack, one single opportunity is all they need. But right now, Odisha is denying them on all fronts. Odisha is playing absolutely phenomenally as they look to secure this win for themselves, get 3 points in the bag, and boy oh boy, what that would mean to them after losing 5-0 could be absolutely phenomenal. Now, a scuffed pass, that's okay, recovered from Ronaldo, but instantly given away. It is Chennaiyin now on the counter. Ronaldo with a huge run, but Messi chooses not to find him, instead electing to go back and build up the play from there.
But a cheap giveaway now, and there have been a lot of these from Chennaiyin FC, and really Odisha FC need to make one of these count again. They've had 3 or 4 of these opportunities now, and really need to capitalize. If they can get just the one, I think they would feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident about seeing this out. But at 1-0, Chennaiyin FC, you would still say are just about the favourites to get that goal back, because they are going to be throwing the kitchen sink at Odisha FC. And on the counter attack, Odisha now have to really make those chances count, and again not quite able to do it. Although the steal from Mbappe, R7 and R9 waiting inside that box, but the cross does not come in, and it's going to go back the other way now with Chennaiyin FC trying to build. 15 minutes to go in game. It's still 1-0 to Odisha FC, and let's remind viewers again that Chennaiyin FC right now need a point to guarantee their passage into into the top four. Otherwise, this could well open the door for Bengaluru FC to knock them out. But here we go. It is again a poor giveaway, and Chennaiyin FC can't capitalize. It's Odisha FC coming forward again.
Oh, and look at this. A nice ball set up down the wing for Hakimi by Ronaldo. Had a couple of options in the box, could have just run down and tried to get the cross in, but instead Odisha playing it safe, looking for the guaranteed opportunity in. Oh, barely could have found it right there, but unfortunately it is offside and they will have to back off. Having said that though, once again, what is especially key is the simple fact that with just 9 minutes left on the clock, the pressures will be ramping up on the Chennaiyin FC hands, but so same can be said for Odisha FC. A ball directly thrown into the box. Oh my god!
This is absolutely nail-biting stuff. I can't bear to watch at times. And now with Hullet, with Ronaldo, it's got to be cleared. And now a pathway for Odisha FC to get forward. If they keep it in, just needs that ball through. It is played through. It is played through. Keeper comes out. Surely has to go for the chip. He doesn't. The ball will still fall to Odisha FC. What do they do now? It's offside and should have gone for the chip. And I think Shubham it was over there who decided to not go. And there you can see again, 5 minutes to go. Nails are being bitten off over there. And oh my goodness, it's absolute mayhem.
Yeah, and at this point, I think very important to know maybe that little bit of hesitation on that finish came from Shubham because of that 5-0 victory that Naveen was able to secure. You know, like Naveen said, this is not Shubham in his prime form. We've definitely seen much more thrilling performances. So it happens. Off days are made, but that's where your power as a team is so damn important. Dougal stepping up to the plate today. They've helped each other out. Dougal able to secure the individual victory. And together in this co-op game, they've got that lead. And now trying to secure it, but Messi runs away with it. We've seen it so many times in real life. It will not work out in the eISL right now. And time management is the name of the game for Odisha. They'll just slow down for dear life.
Yeah, they put that ball out trying to find CR7, and now this is it. This is the final attack. We saw one 91st minute winner in game 2. Will we see a potential 91st minute equalizer, which could be as good as a win for Chennaiyin FC? Really, let's see what they can do. It's running out of time. They still can't get that shot off. Now with Hullet, it has to be it. Last chance saloon needs to go in. It's CR7. It's the ball. It is blocked away. It is blocked away, and that is done. That is the game.
Wow.
That is it. It is the win for Odisha FC. What a performance.
And you can see Dougal be like, oh, we won that. Oh, he's just settling it to him now. He's like, bro, we won that. We got 3 points. And the same for the case of Odisha, Chennaiyin FC as well. They're just in shock. Naveen being like, how did we go from 5-0 in the individual victory to losing all 3 points in this game? At least could have secured a draw, but just not able to happen. Odisha FC, the kryptonite indeed of Chennai, and it seems like. And at this point, like Odisha able to secure 2 out of 2. Both of the matchups against Chennai, Odisha have secured the win, and Chennai just not able to find the answers, and it will mean an opportunity enabled for all of the teams below them to try and push back to cause a last-minute upset in that top 4. But still, a couple of opportunities left, I believe, for Chennai. Their destiny is still in their old hands. As long as they are able to recover from this loss appropriately, should be able to rally back in the next match.
Yeah, well, they only have the one match left to play, and that is going to be against a wounded Northeast United FC, who have nothing to play for really. But they'll be bringing out all the big guns. The Ronaldinhos and the Maradonas for Mufu will all be out to play. But of course, all of this is still contingent on the fact that that Bengaluru FC still need to win their match against Hyderabad today. So that's going to be a very, very big, high-pressure game. It's going to get them up potentially to 28 points if they manage to get the win with 2 games to spare. So it's really, really ramping up. And you could see for Saransh, he would have thought that it was in the bag when Naveen got his win. But it all completely changed over there. And what a brilliant defensive rearguard action from Odisha FC as well.
Yeah, most definitely. And at this point, what is especially important is, like you said, that defensive resilience that Odisha FC was able to show again and again and again. It looked a bit of a scramble, to be honest, at some point. But at the same time, they were able to make sure that even through that scramble, they persevered, were able to pull out the win. And that win is so damn important. Even in the break, we were talking about what would happen if Odisha is able to pick up the win. And I'm really excited to see the state of the leaderboard after this to figure out exactly where each team lies. Because, like you said, only one game left for Chennaiyin FC. It could go either way. But for now, let's
and
head
of
over
course,
to the
yeah, final scores. Have a look at that. 5-0. We thought, okay, that's it. That's job done. Then Duggal pulled it out of nowhere in the last minute. That one goal and then the early goal for Odisha FC, and then just seeing it out defensively for more than 70 minutes. A fabulous performance from them. And well, if there are any people in the chat who are making memes, you could start with Naveen's interview saying, "Oh, we're feeling no pressure," and then cutting to that final moment over there. It's one of those how it started versus how it's going meme templates. But let's find out who the hero of the match is. A couple of candidates, but I think there could only be one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is Duggal TV scoring all the goals for Odisha FC in probably one of the most inspiring individual performances we've seen in the eISL since the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It's been an inspiring journey, I'd say, for Duggal, especially with what you mentioned, which is the fact that he's going to look to transition into being a regular streamer, show off his skills in a more prolific fashion, and couldn't have done it better today, and really make his name known, remind everyone that, hey, might have had a rocky start to the season, but I'm still here. I'm still here to end it off with a bang, and he does so in amazing fashion to upset the hopes and dreams of the Chennaiyin FC players as well as the squad. And you could see continuously, I feel like the reactions for Saransh throughout the map, he was getting closer and closer to the screen, and I think that's the mark of the gamer starting to fall into trouble, because as you feel the pressure, your face just gets closer to the screen.
Yeah, it's several memes have been made about that, but have a look at that. The composure to go for that bridge in between two players and then just smash that. Hullet, of course, has proved to be the big game player for a lot of these guys. And again, over here, the ability to just do that little ball roll, that little fake, the little change of direction. And, well, it's time for now the Terra Virtua moment of the match. There can only be one, guys. There can only be one Terra Virtua moment of the match, and it came from here. 3-all, Saransh shot blocked on the line, and then the counter-attack from Duggal, which was the counter-attack of dreams, really.
Yeah, and I believe this was, this was that bridge setup for Gullit. So he's going to end up distributing the ball towards the left side and then set himself up for success right here on the edge of the box. The ball found for Neymar, and that nifty piece of skill just done perfectly for Duggal right there on the weak foot of Gullit. Nonetheless, slices the ball into the top corner and breathes a heavy sigh of relief. Very deserving of that Terra Virtua super moment of the match.
Yes, and well might the V-flag dance over there, because that was something special. And I do think we'll have a look at the leaderboard in just a little bit. And yeah, there we go, the leaderboard. Let's see how that impacts things. Odisha FC, I don't think their points have been updated. They'll be disappointed that they're still sitting on 17 points. They're actually on 20 points, so they would have leapfrogged Hyderabad FC right now. And Chennaiyin FC now will be sitting on, the same number of points. Actually, no. Chennaiyin FC, the production team has awarded the points to Chennaiyin FC. So guys, sorry Odisha, our team has decided that you didn't win that match. Nobody will ever believe you. Where is the evidence? But no, it is actually Odisha FC now up a place and Chennaiyin FC with just a game to go. And it does seem that we have Dugal waiting to have a chat with us, and we are really looking forward to this. Oh, Dugal, mere bhai, hero of the match today. You were hero of the tournament, yaar. What a performance this was. This was too good.
Thank you so much. Really feeling proud today. Good game from my side.
बहुत ही अच्छा खेला आपने. Even towards the end of your individual match, you could see एक राहत की सांस ले. You took a sigh of relief, almost like holding it in. So talk to me about that. Saransh के सामने खेल रहे थे. 2-0 lead up when you got the comeback happened and he took the lead. What was going through your mind?
It was all drama. पूरा गेम ही ड्रामा था. सारांश से 2-0 लीड लेने के बाद उसने जो प्रेस किया था वो बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेस था. एंड उसके बाद थोड़ा लाइक आई कंसीडर्ड ए गोल ऑन द 80th मिनट आई गेस. तो 3-2 था. देन उधर से कम बैक करना इज ए स्टोरी. मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा था. आई केप्ट माई कंपोजर टुडे. आई एम रियली प्राउड ऑफ दैट. या
Yeah, and particularly वो जो last goal था, the composure you showed पहले नेमार के साथ creating the space, then with Hullet, फिर वो bridge के साथ weaker foot पे finish. That was, is that one of the best goals you've ever scored?
Yeah, definitely. Like fully composed. बहुत अच्छा था. I've been practicing that, so it worked today perfectly. Yeah.
Clearly it worked today, but and finally the co-op game also बहुत ज़्यादा heart attack towards the end. So what was happening there?
कोऑप गेम में मतलब वी नो कि दे आर ए वेरी गुड साइड. तो हम लोग को बस वही था कि वी गॉट द विन. वी वर रियली पम्प्ड अप आफ्टर दैट. सो वो मोटिवेशन आ रहा था एंड शुभम को भी अच्छा मोटिवेट हो गया था कि चलो लेट्स गो एंड विन फॉर इट. तो वही कंपोज में अच्छा था एंड शुभम प्लेड रियली वेल इन द कोऑप. सो वो चल गया अच्छा है. या
Well, आप लोग दोनों बहुत ही अच्छा खेले and I hope you're able to continue this momentum for the rest of the league stage matches ताकि आपका eISL एक शानदार नोट पे end होए, But for now, congratulations on the win and the hero of the match. We'll be looking forward to seeing you later.
Thank you so much guys. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. It is Dugal.tv. Remember the name, guys. Head over to Twitch or wherever Dugal's platforms are and follow right away. But we do have the updated leaderboard now. And, well, let's find out. Odisha FC have finally been awarded their points, sitting now potentially in quest of 7th place, which might be a pretty decent recovery for them.
Yeah, Odisha FC, like you said, for them it is about just finishing as high as they can and taking down a couple of teams in the know. Very important as well, they do that for the individual moments going forward. But for now, we have something special. Chance to collect your favorite Hero ISL moments. That's always special. But I'll tell you what else is special. This entire platform itself, and we have a few key partners to thank for that. So reminding you, of course, the eISL, it is powered by Coca-Cola with Hero as our associate sponsor, Norwin Gaming as our esports partner, PlayStation as our platform partner, and Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. What an exciting start it has been to today's match day so far with Odisha FC taking down Chennaiyin FC. But don't you worry, we've got a lot more action lined up along the line. So grab yourself some snacks, get settled in, and we'll be back in a jiff.